In a season full of ups and downs for the offensive players for the Seattle Mariners, the pitching staff has done their job night in and night out, most of the time putting the team in a great spot to win. But this video is not about the pitching staff. We're talking about the offense and how one player's massive turnaround seemingly has helped shape this offense for the better and turned himself into a leader. A role that he has been banking on since he came to this team that he knew he would eventually fill. In 2021, at the end of that season, he knew he was being passed the torch.
I've been here, Cap's been with me my 3-4 years over here, and I wouldn't be in this spot without him today.
You're getting me, man.
We wouldn't be in the spot without him. Hell of a leader, better teammate, and a better friend. We wouldn't be in the spot without him.
One thing that we have seen is you evolve this season as a leader on this team. Are you ready to take on that role moving forward?
I'm ready.
Up the middle, JP! Wow!
And JP joining the conversation, 2-0 to Grichuk. Magic by JP Crawford! Ground ball up the middle. Crawford able to stop it. Out of the glove. No bare hand needed. Base hit. JP Crawford. Suarez scores. Cal Raleig's coming home. It's all the way to the fence. Teoscar pedaling to the plate. JP.
I'm ready to take that spot, and I'm ready to be the leader on this team.
Numerous times this season, shortstop JP Crawford has stepped up when it matters most to the Seattle Mariners team and have given them an opportunity to win. He's put them in great spots night in and night out, and in those moments where they needed him most, he was him. One of my favorite quotes from JP Crawford this season comes from Shannon Drayer earlier on in the season. You dream of that as a kid. 3-2, bases loaded, bottom of the 8th, the 9th. What are you going to do? Just be him. JP Crawford has done that for the Seattle Mariners in 2023, and he has earned the role of the captain of this team. He had a pretty solid 2021. We all knew that at the end of the year that we were having high hopes for JP Crawford going into 2022, and when he started off hot and heavy in April, hitting like 340, that dream came crashing down later in the year, where we saw his batting average dip, and he would finish the season at batting just .243, 30 points lower than where he was at in 2021. Fast forward to 2023, and JP Crawford's role on this team is in question throughout the offseason because of the shortstop free agency class. I'll be the first to admit that we talked about it a lot on this channel, saying that if we signed one of those shortstops, would JP Crawford move over to second base? Well, JP Crawford, he's been better than all of those shortstops in 2023. Not just defensively, because, well, outs above average doesn't really favor JP Crawford. Thank you, baseball savant. In short, I trust JP on the field. He makes some of the most dynamite plays I've ever seen. But also carrying the weight offensively. JP Crawford in 2023, the 266 average, it's not this immaculate crazy thing like Luis Arraez batting 370, right? We're not going to go that length. But as a leadoff batter for this team, he sets the table in such a great way. He gets on base by walking a ton, and in July, when the Mariners had their best month so far this year, he turned it up to a completely another level. JP Crawford, in the month of July, hit 340 with a 443 on base percentage, a 553 slugging, and an OPS of 996, 4 points short of a 1 dot OPS. As a shortstop, that's incredible. He was at Driveline most of this offseason working on his swing and working on his bat speed through the zone, and it has paid off with already his career high in home runs through August 10th. JP Crawford is likely going to hit more throughout the season because that pull swing out to right field, it can do some damage. Now across the MLB, JP Crawford is only behind Bo Bichette in terms of WRC plus from the shortstop position. He's in front of guys like Wander Franco, Gunnar Henderson, Dansby Swanson, Xander Bogaerts. We know Trey Turner's been struggling, but those are the names that we were looking at in the offseason, and JP Crawford has turned his season into one much better than theirs. Now, since the defensive metrics don't really like him a ton, his WAR is sitting at 2.6, which is 8th in all of MLB in terms of shortstops. Wander Franco is first because the defensive metrics love him. But the thing that I think JP Crawford has over the majority of these shortstops is that leadership quality. You can see in the moments where players need it most, he is there to support them no matter what. He has their backs, and ever since that post-game interview in 2021 where he said he was ready to take the mantle, he was ready to be the leader, I think JP Crawford has been every ounce of that for this team, especially this year when this team needed him most. Guys like Julio Rodriguez have regressed. Not a ton, as you know, it's gotten better, but the growth that we expected to see from Julio, it just wasn't fully there, I think, this year. And now looking back on it, were those expectations a little too lofty? Maybe. But did we see JP Crawford becoming the everyday leadoff hitter at the beginning this year? I'm not so certain about that. And JP Crawford has definitely earned his spot. On Wednesday's game, Gino Suarez and JP Crawford collided trying to field a ground ball. JP took a shoulder to the head and left the game in the 8th inning after he said he wasn't feeling all that well. Concussion protocols are standard across all sports in 2023. They are not to be taken lightly. If we do not see JP Crawford in this key series against Baltimore, it'll be a tough thing to handle because JP Crawford has been integral to the success of the Mariners in 2023, but I'd rather him obviously be healthy for the final stretch of the year than push himself beyond, because he has earned this little extra rest should he need it. We can have guys fill in and hopefully the team picks him up like he's picked them up all year long should he sit out. JP, thank you for the steps you've taken forward this year as a player, as a teammate, and overall just watching you exceed all of our expectations has been a treasure in 2023. Now, when it comes time for JP Crawford to pass on the mantle of starting Mariners shortstop, it could be to one of these top prospects in our system right now. Make sure to check out this video on the screen detailing the new top 30 from MLB pipeline for the Seattle Mariners. Thank you guys for watching this one, and go Mariners.